Yo, what's up folks, TCG here with some Standard Metagame Challenge. I don't play a ton of Standard, but you know what, Frankie's got me a little interested, and that's because we've got some Toxic cards to play with. I have done a video on Green-White Toxic in Explorer, so if you're interested in Explorer, please do check that out. But let's have a look at the Standard deck. I'll show you where I'm at, if Arena loads. We'll get there. Alright, so, creature-wise, we'll start off with that. We've got 4 copies of Venerated Rot Priest. Probably the best card in the deck. Green for a 1/2, Toxic 1, and whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell, target opponent gets a poison counter, both your spells and your opponent's spells. Excellent. We've got 4 copies of Skrelv, Defector Might, 1 mana for a 1/1 with Toxic 1, can't block, and then has this Mother of Runes or Giver of Runes style ability. Phyrexia white mana, tap, choose a colour. Another target creature you control gains Toxic 1 and hexproof from that colour until end of turn. It can't be blocked by creatures of that colour this turn. Notably, when it says it gains Toxic 1, that stacks with other Toxics, so like you can have Toxic 1 twice, for example, which does get quite nice when we get to the other creatures. So those are our 2 1-drops, potentially some of the best cards in the deck. So let's see what we've got at 2. So first we've got Slaughter Singer, a bit of a Toxic Lord, if you will. Has Toxic to itself. Whenever another creature you control with Toxic attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So it's really nice at letting some of your 1-drops kind of attack through, and then obviously stacks really nicely in multiples. And then the other 2-drop that we have here is Jawbone Duelist. 2 mana for a 1/1 with double strike and Toxic 1. And so one of the most powerful things you can actually do here is with Skrelv, because again that Toxic ability stacks, you can give your Jawbone Duelist, give it protection from the colour of your opponent's creatures, and then get in for a whopping 4 poison counters with no other effects even. So this in itself is pretty powerful. But hey. And then rounding out our creatures, we've got Bloated Contaminator, an excellent 3-drop. It's already a 4/4, so already a bit ahead of the curve. There's Trample, Toxic 1, and then that Proliferate ability when it deals damage. Pumping it's really nice because often, like, hey, you get trample over through, so it's always going to do that Toxic 1 as long as you're doing some damage. And again, if that like stacks with other Toxic ability, like from Skrelv, then hey, you're doing more than that. And the Proliferate obviously just more counters. Alright. And then the last thing is, because we want a little bit of interaction, but also the ability to make like multiple toxic creatures at instant speed is actually really, really handy. It's catch your opponent by surprise. We have a couple of copies of Charge of Mights, and so 3 mana for an instant, and then deals damage equals the number of creatures controlled to target creature or planeswalker, or create 2 colorless Phyrexia Might are that creature tokens with Toxic, and this creature can't block. The deck does actually like to, once you're playing with some creatures on board, like to play at instant speed. Obviously, you've got a bunch of interaction effects, and so Charge of Mights actually plays a really role with the deck. And if your opponent ends up like going like, oh okay, versus like control mid range, or they like sweep you or something like that, just making a couple of tokens at a turn and just being able to untap and kill them is excellent. And so, let's talk about some interaction. We'll go down, I guess, since we just went the Charge of Might. So we've got a couple of copies of Valorous Stance. That target creature gains Indestructible. Alright, fairly good, but has the double up ability of being some interaction for opponent's creatures. Destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater, like, you know, like Shoulder Dread, something like that. So, pretty excellent. Venerated Rot Priest is kind of the card the deck's built around. It's the card everyone's talking about with Toxic. And this, whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell ability to give your opponent poison counters, is super powerful, to be honest. So we've got March of Burgeoning Life. This kind of like 2-card combo. Green X, and then at the initial cost to cast, you can exile a green card from your hand to make it 2 cheaper. Choose target creature with mana value less than X, search your library for a creature card with the same name as the creature, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. Note, so you have to, it's less than X, you have to pay 1 more effectively. So if you want to go to up another Rot Priest, obviously when this targets, it gets a counter. They get a counter. But say you want to get a Rot Priest, it's going to cost you 2 and a green. Or a card from your hand in a green, which can be pretty handy. And then the next effect you do like that will then do more poison counters, so you got more Rot Priest in play. That's kind of the combo there. Occasionally you'll like grab a Slaughter Stinger or grab an extra Contaminator, but hey. And the actual interaction bits, we've got Tyvar Stand, Hexproof and Indestructible, and then there's also a Pump Spell if you need to. So it's really, really good at 1 mana, but hey. If you get flooded, it scales really, really nicely. Might be able to kill your opponent with normal damage. We have 2 copies of Tail Swipe, which is a card I'm kind of a huge fan of at the minute. Choose target creature you control and target creature you don't control. They fight, but if you cast it during your main phase, that creature gets +1/+1 as well, just give you a bit of an edge. We've got a couple of copies of Massive Might. Target creature gains Trample and +2/+2 turn to turn, which again is actually really, really nice for Jawbone Duelist with that double strike ability to just rack up toxic counters. And then the last bit, again, synergizing really well with Venerated Rot Priest, is you've got 4 copies of Homestead Courage. Simply 1 mana, put a counter on a creature, it gets Vigilance, and then it's got a flashback for white, just a pile of spells to trigger and give your opponent poison counters. That's kind of like the core of the deck. We're getting to the mana base. Now, we do have, obviously, a lot of Phyrexians here, But we also have a bunch of 1-mana spells that we want to cast that aren't with our instance of sorceries. And so we're only actually playing one copy of the Seed Core. It has that corrupted ability on it as well. So as well as fixing for your Phyrexia mana, you can choose a 1/1 creature and tab it to give it +2/+1 turn to turn if your opponent's got 3 or more poison counters. Hey, it's nice. I like the kind of like Pen and style effect. I have had a hand where I've had like drawn this and the other colorless land and just not be able to cast spells. You're like, well, I should keep it, but it's awkward. So we have one of the Mirex as well. Does tap for any color that the turn it enters the battlefield, but has 3 tap, make a colorless might. Excellent. Lets you kind of grind to late game. If you kind of your creature plan goes awry early. Now, obviously, we've got our 12 green-white lands with 4 Razorback Thicket, 4 Overgrown Farmland, and 4 Brushland. The farmlands are a little bit awkward. Obviously, come into play tapped unless they're on unless you already have 2 lands in play. But it's kind of you have to kind of deal with that. And then a couple of forests, a couple of plains, and 1 each of Beseju and Ishango, just taking full advantage of the mana lands available. So the sideboard, fairly straightforward. For mid-range and control decks, we've got these Skrelv's Hives. Just a repeatable ways to make creatures. Once it's in play, your opponent really is going to struggle to interact with it a lot of the time, and will just give you a creature every turn, even if they have kill spells or your other stuff going on. We've got 2 copies of Lauren's Escape, some extra protection. Target creature or artifact gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. It also has that Scry 1 ability. It's nice. It's a little worse than Tyvar Standard because you don't have the pump, but hey, some extra copies. It's handy, and that Scry is always cool. For Artifact and Enchantment Hate, we've got 2 copies of Return to Nature. It also doubles versus graveyard decks, but we also have a couple of Unlicensed Husks for that. Then we've got 2 copies of Fateful Absence versus Problematic Creatures and Planeswalkers. Along this line as well, we have the Wandering Emperor, which will help us out versus other aggro decks or similar that's trying to do the same thing. Also provides us with like a repeatable combat kind of stuff, shenanigans to mess around with our creatures with. Post-board, I think, is quite nice. And then a couple of copies of Sword and Forge Frontier for green, or I guess red mirrors, where that like a protection ability is actually going to be super useful. Obviously, it does protect you from some of your own effects, but hey, I kind of wanted to try it out. Might be a decent sideboard card. I thought I'd try it out. Let's have a little bit of fun. With that being said, let's actually get into the Metagame Challenge. I'll see you in Game 1. Alright, here we go. Coming to match number 1. I realise because it's actually single elim that this could be a very short video if we just lose straight away. Let's try and avoid that though. But it's, yeah, best of 3 and then just as many wins as you can rack up. This looks very solid. We've got Rot Priest, Duelist, and Blood Contaminator as a nice little curve, along with some spells for the Rot Priest. We'll lock this in. Planes can mean a couple of different things. Ooh, second Rot Priest is interesting. I have to think about what we want to do with this. We might just want to curve out our creatures depending on what opponent plays on turn 2 here. Rot Priest being a 1/2 is actually huge. So it gets it through a number of things. Ossification, okay. That's going to get rid of that. And unfortunately, targets with the ability, not the spell. We're going to go ahead and make our Duelist. And let's either follow that up with a Contaminator or the Singer plus Rot Priest. We'll see, we'll see. Farmhand, that's fine. Another Rot Priest. Draw another Rot... That's a really good time to get the Contaminator down, though. The other option really is going like... I think... The Singer makes the Contaminator a lot better, too. May as well go to combat first, though. Getting the Contaminator online attacking before they get to too much stuff. So looking at, like, they're going up to 4 mana. Not blocking his... Alright, depends what they have. Now they're into, like, Wandering Emperor kind of range. It's awkward. But hey, we don't care about the life at least. At least that's a plus. We have 2 pretty formidable creatures on our side. There is a Wandering Emperor, which will get rid of the Duelist. Doesn't mean now to make a bit of a choice about this. Now, we have a land. I think it makes sense to just play out our cards and then try and get rid of the Contaminator. I'm a little worried they might just have like a Wrath or something. They could also maybe just ignore the Wandering Emperor entirely. This is doing 2 poisons, going to take them to 4. I mean, the Singer makes us pretty good in combat anyway, actually. I think we're going to try and ignore the Wandering Emperor here. And just try and get our kill before our opponent starts looking towards, like, potentially something like Elesh Norn coming down on 5. Would be a little awkward. I do not fancy giving you counter to the Wandering Emperor. I'm okay. And I will drop our Rock Priest now. They're there to go Rock Priest, and then we've got double Homestead Courage to rack up 4 poison counters, plus the Contaminator for that one more, and then Proliferate to kill. That's what we're aiming for. We'll see. So, potential problems are like backup. Okay. Elspeth? -3. Onto the battlefield. MC3 or less. Okay. That's not big game. Oh, they're going for first? Okay, interesting. Okay, we're gonna make a Rock Priest. And then we're gonna load some counters on the Contaminator. And that should be all that needs to happen. Yep. Alright, game 1, we win. Game 2. So they look to be kind of like mid-range. They've got some Planeswalker stuff going on. I do think I'd want these Fateful Absences. I'm trying to work out if they're going to board into like Wrath and stuff. Because we've got a bunch of early creatures. All their early creatures kind of they don't care about too much. Like they're either gaining them planes or drawing them cards. These swords I'm not really up for. The enchantment stuff, like Return to Nature is okay, but a little too specific, I think. There are, with just Obfuscation, there's not enough targets. They could have like temporary lockdown maybe. I could bring one in as like a hedge. I'm not really about these Valorous stances. And then in terms of what else we have going on, with the white deck, like they're not gonna have tons of spot removal. You might like lay down arms, so I don't necessarily want to commit to like Screll type stuff. I'm more interested in like Lorion's Escape, especially they're gonna have Wandering Emperor that we have to worry about. So then, how are we cleaning things up on our end? Do you want to have the? I think having the one of Return to Age is kind of okay. Define most of the removal. Like have March, I guess, is instant speed as well. See. Trample's fine. Most of our creatures are bigger on the face of it. I don't know if I necessarily want these tail swipes around. Maybe we trim some of the cuter stuff and get rid of a couple of Homestead Courages. Well, it still seems really strong. I don't mind Charge the Knights. Expecting. More stuff down here. Yeah, I don't think we don't need tail swipes. And I cut one copy of Homestead Courage and then we'll run this up. Yeah, I'm down. Let's roll with it. Again, the Lorians help a bit versus Wandering Emperor with the Hexproof ability, and also can give us some Wrath protection if they board into Wrath, some kind of Wrath effect. This is fairly solid here. We've got the Skrelv Jawbone Duelist combo, which is very lethal very quickly. And Skrelv giving this Toxic 2 and pseudo unblockable is super powerful. So yeah, Lay Down Arms, which is a sorcery, Fateful Absence is instant, Ossification we saw before. Then we will see again. Okay, we have land number 3 here. But because Duelist is quite valuable, I'm trying to think if I want to maybe give it a turn and wait. What are the chances? We've got 4 cards left to hang out to 5. We lose a ton of tempo. It's already rough enough for them on the play. So they're gonna get like Wandering Emperor active by the time we're like, if we wait a turn, they're gonna have Wandering Emperor active when we're attacking us. Okay, wedding announcement's fine. This kind of stuff is actually very popular. We'll play Django. We might actually march this. Oh, one interesting thing, if you play like a Toxic Mirror, is that you can march your opponent's creatures, which is a little weird. We'll say go here. I'm holding up some protection, but then also the ability to march. Okay. They're gonna grab their 4th land. Fair enough. I don't think we get blown out in response here. I'm down to run it. Oh, we have to do x equals 3, don't we? We get rid of the one in our hand? I think that's reasonable, though. I'm not doing anything else with it right now. If we get blown out, it looks really awkward. But hey, we get to grab another one. Alright, nice. Okay, so we've got double stand plus Lauren's Escape plus Whimsic Courage. I'm gonna run the attacks in here. They're probably gonna double block one of these just to try and force out some interaction from us. But I'm not really in the mood for that. I think we use the Lauren's Escape first because we do actually want to scry towards cards of relevant text right now. They could just block each of them. We'll see. The downside is that Taiwan Standard needs green for. I think that's fine. This is okay. Maybe they're looking to flip this soon. Which is interesting. Alright, so a couple of poison into the mix. Going up to 5 lands for them. What are we going to see here? Is it like Elspeth time? Okay. I've got to think that they're... Okay, they're flipping. That itself is fine. Ooh, land here's actually pretty good. We could... Seiju, but he's going to protect one of them. We have mana up right now. I'd rather play this to kind of unlock us being able to cast 2 interaction spells. I'm actually going to Homestead Courage these. See what it is they have. Joke's on you, we have Vigilance.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming. Show them how we greet our enemies.
Do I want to answer the Wandering Emperor? This is tough. No, but I might want to answer to what they follow up with if they've got more big stuff coming. Alright, well this is stop making creatures, which is great. At some point we're going to get close to lethal with normal damage. Okay, Sanctuary Warden could be a bit tough. Alright. Yeah, they're gonna remove a shield token. Now we're really against the source. Makes 5. Let's go and lose it. Let's try something. They should block with a 3/3. That's a little tough, I guess. Trying to play through this is tough. That is, like, we try and... Maybe we should just have both. But then we almost guaranteed lose one of them. But as we get the count off the Sanctuary Ward and then kill it. We'll see, though. This isn't the end of the world. Oh, now they can down-tick Wandering Emperor, but that's... Even then... Oh, well, that's bad. Um. We'll protect the untapped one, seeing as no one can be wandering Emperor. Okay. It's not over yet, but it's close.
We must protect the people.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's
Okay.
gone.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get out of this one. We're dead basically this time. Alright, okay. Go to game 3 then. So. I'm trouble some stuff. Again, it's not like we're gonna fight the angel down though. Maybe we could find come up with something. They haven't shown. They show White Sun's Twilight, so. I mean, Wandering Emperor is like would be fine. I think maybe we want Skrelb's Hive. What kind of pressure are we under here? It might be better than Charge. Charge gives us an answer to some of the bigger things they could play. This doesn't do damage to Planeswalkers. You know, I'm down to kind of run it. Let's run it up. We'll run it up. Well, yeah, this could be a really short video indeed. I'll watch and see, hey, why is the standard metagame challenge video only like, what's the time here? Like 22 minutes long? Something like that. We shall see, we shall see. Well, fingers crossed we just get there. What's the plan? Maybe could have... Yeah, if we go for a double attack there, and we still get blown out, like, in hindsight, but... I don't think it was, like, a fair misplay. Okay, we have the nuts, and on the play... They don't have an... They can't quite, like, ossification us straight away. We're gonna lead Skrelv. Doesn't mean they have to remove that before anything else. So, ossification is really, really good. Oh, they have laydown arms? Oh, that's brutal. Okay. Third land? Okay, third land's an overgrown farmland, but we're gonna do this. Yes, I'd like to play a life, please. Okay. Opponent could have a grip of removal here. No, ambitious farmland. Fortunately, it doesn't block the Rot Priest. Now we have to make a bit of a decision. I think we try and be mana efficient and just play the Contaminator. That prevents lethal Hastus. That presents lethal Hastus. Sorry. That's a cough for a second there. But we'll see, we'll see. Panic Buster. 3/3? Yeah. Alright. I kinda want to Courage so we don't get Wandering Emperor main phase. Let's do this. I'm not that worried about getting the Rot Priest. If they want to Wandering Emperor protect the Rot Priest, I think that's fine. Alright. They kind of want to draw. Let's just get to click right here. As a reason played out, we wanted to make a second creature. White Sun, let me go do let's hold the hive. Really realize that I don't have it set to play music in background. Oh, I was not ready for the depopulate. Okay. Alright, new Contaminator. What do we have? Okay, they have a Mirex. These can't block though. We just have to worry about dying to them potentially. What else do they have? Laydown arms. Okay. I've just enough planes for that. And Sarah Paragon. Oh, that's rough. Okay, okay. We are officially in the danger zone, I guess. This exiles then. This gets rid of this, but it's not. This attack till later, but this can't attack through at the moment. You're in a pickle. I got a little greedy. I should probably play the Hive over the Jumbo Duelist, but I wasn't ready for the bot play. I'm gonna put this down to me just not being as familiar with the cards in Standard. But hey. 4 Mana Wrath wasn't really on my radar. It's not an excuse, but just me being bad. This can't attack anyway. If they crew, maybe we blow up the Backbuster. Some options. Ooh. What's going on here? Oh, they're looking to activate it. The other thing is if we blow it up, they can just... Oh, this exiles, to be fair. No, it destroys. Ooh. I'll allow this. Yeah, these being permanent is actually really good with Sarah Paragon. Let's say it's exile from graveyard, but destroy in play. It's like a naturalize. Destroys in place. They can get it back with Paragon, which is unfortunate. I guess we run it. Cancel. What classification? Again, I can just get recast by Paragon. That's so good. That's not gonna cut it, I'm afraid. Yeah, I think they just can recast with the graveyard. This is crew 3, isn't it? So these can't crew, but they can. Oh, they can make a might and crew. This is tough. Do I give my opponent a credit to do that? Yeah, when I've hovered it, probably. We're in a rough spot. Kinda had to do this and hope they had a... We drew into around the spell. Oh, it's meant to play audio when minimize. Why is it not doing that then? Interesting. Alright, okay, Arena. You win. I was gonna say, it doesn't play sound in the background at the moment. If I tap out, it does this. And then you can't, yeah. It just is like a brief setup pause, I guess. Trades these for these, which I think is fine. We're basically just dead. Alright. A bit of a unfortunate game 3. We had a good start, I think. The overgrown farmlands did really screw us. But hey, they had all the kind of correct answers. So yeah, it's a pretty short metagame challenge video. Oh. I think the Infect deck's really good. The Infect deck, the Toxic deck, yeah, it's still the same. We're poisoning people. And hey, try it out. But unfortunately, did not fare well here. I might have another run. Alright, decided to actually just run it back. And see how we do. I guess if we go on to get all the wins this time, then hey, we will play. And then you might end up with a really long video. We'll keep. You've got Scrub Jawbone Duelist in decent. Scrub is like a really important card for the deck. She tends to be able to protect the other creatures, but of course is obviously a magnet in itself. We'll leave the Scrub, see what they have. I need to look at what it starts when we go to the background. That is a Xander's Lounge. Rixis. Like, given the colours they're playing, we do not want to attack with this girl. I kind of do. You know? Let's not. Let's play to protect our Jawbone Duelist. And we get it punished if they're playing more creature Grixis deck. We shall see, we shall see. The springs at the Darnalical, yeah, that is okay. We'll pop this in while we can. Come into the Zoroast, and make a new Skrelv. Gonna hold on to the Homestead Courage for Rot Priest or similar. Or this, I guess. If we draw a protection spell, I'm pretty happy to scrub up the Jawbone Duelist. Some counters. They're having a good long think about these cards, though. Alright, alright. Bargaining kinda does the same thing, actually. I'm pretty down for this. Let's pay life. White, and it costs 3, and it costs 4. We need to pay life. Actually do the right thing. Pro black. Not protection from black, it's X-proof and can't be blocked. But this is some poison counters. They end here, and then if they go to burgeoning our duelist, we can go get another one. Or Skrelv, to be fair. We'll see what they're up to. March of Burgeoning Life being an instant is pretty cool. I'm not really the chance to use it in this kind of way often. They might just pass. I have Double March. Interesting. They're at 6 poison. They're gonna have some interaction. I don't want to necessarily be around for it, so I think now is the time to use the Homestead Courage. Means if you want a Burgeoning, we're exiling a card from our hand. He said GG. That has me very worried. Okay. This is why we want the trample. But, alas, here we are. Without them using a removal spell, I'm not going to just run on their duelist out. We actually gave them an opportunity to... Well, they don't actually get to block there. It looks like they kind of do, but they do not. Okay, Harvest is annoying. If that's happening low, though, maybe it is time. Okay, we've got an extra duelist now, which makes me feel better about this. They can still put this away. These being colorless is actually nuts. Yeah. Now they can put things in front of it to block. But they want to throw away... No, okay. I don't want to use the ability on Harvester. I hope they go for Skrull. There's so many cards though. If they go for Skrull, we don't need to exile one of these and we get to use both of them. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. They're gonna copy make this appear here. Alright. Fair enough. Okay. I was worried about the Blood Tithe Harvester killing something. But that means they must have something pretty special lined up. Pretty custom, maybe. There is a Vraska. What is Vraska up to?
Metal is eternal.
We get the new one. That's GG, isn't it? It looks like GG to me. I will pay. Alright. There we go. Whoa, the burgeoning. Right. Okay. Grixis. Some creatures, but not that many. You have to kind of treat it like... Sec. Oh wait, it is a mid-range deck. So... Oh, the one Sekenzan actually was actually really good there. The... Other than Mites is a decent 2F to kind of get rid of some of those, like, problematic mid-range creatures. Just kind of, like, shoots them down, but it kind of lose you off your protection stuff. Whereas these Lawrence escapes should be a bit better. Yeah, I'm kind of off it. Let's see. Tail Swipe. It's good with, like, Contaminated, but their creatures, for the most part, are big enough that we're not like fighting down, like, elves and stuff. But it's not unreasonable. I mean, the Valor stance is like, we didn't see Shieldred there, but they've gotta have it about. I think having these in is fine as protection. Yeah, I'm kind of off the tail swipes. I'm kind of off these massive mites. If only part of that is, I wouldn't leave them in, but part of that's just due to us running into the colorless tokens, which isn't normally a thing. The high stances. Yeah, and then we want to cut one more thing. Oh, cut the land versus the control deck. Okay. It should probably be a Homestead's Courage. Lorien Escape was... Yeah, okay. I don't love that. March was good there, but a lot of the time, like, when you're doing it proactively, you get blown out by removal spells. Just think about it a second. I don't want to cut a Slaughter Singer, but I think it's kind of a must. No, I'm going to go down on Homestead Courage. I'll sit to my gut feeling. Let's run it up. Alright, so we took game 1. Hopping into game 2. Double Skrelv is fine. We're playing 20 lands, which I think is right. We only want to really cover. We want to draw lands after the third. Do we play the? I kind of want to conceal Seedcall. There's no real reason to play it out yet. I might play it on turn 2 with the Slaughter Singer. Order ends if they have that, so they might have like a cut down for the Skrelv. Please tell me I've not DC'd. No, okay, good. Looks good. I say that, are they holding priority for fun? Yeah, they're playing with full control and just wasting my time. JK, sort of. Right, well, this is a bit annoying. We give them the option. Maybe we force them to kill the Skrelv here. We'll at least pretend like we're gonna protect this Slaughter Singer. I'll do this a response, just... Maybe it's 2 free life, but I'm gonna try and pro black here. Who knows if that's the actual right colour of the deck. Yeah. Corpse Appraiser, which is awkward. Okay, we have a March. So... you have March without another green card. That card attack, which was okay. We have the Valorous stance for like removal on the Scrolve and stuff. That doesn't really do it. I think we get rid. So if we get rid of Scrolve here, our next we can actually march for another one of these next turn, which then frees some things up. The problem is they've got a bunch of cards on hand. They're gonna have some more removal. The problem is that if we get rid of the Stinger, the Scrolve's not really up to a ton. As we have to play like we're going to draw into something relevant, otherwise we're dead anyway. So we should keep the Scrolve. Like if we draw any relevant creature, then the Scrolve gets excellent. Is good. Yeah, this does nicely get around our Valorous stance, which is looking worse by the minute. Okay. Yeah. We're taking some damage here. Alright, Rot Priest is a solid draw though. You wanna... I don't know why it doesn't want to cast out with the Rot Priest. Rot Priest is a solid draw. And we'll play to do some shenanigans here. So, Blood Tide Tyler activation. We burgeoning... that's just really strange. I had to think about it. We'll see what they do. They didn't seem to... This is surprising. Maybe they're not playing Children. I'm just thinking about the number of creature slots they have, and it can't be that many. You may reveal one creature. Because like all these cards would theoretically be 4s, right? That's like 12 cards. Nah, maybe not. They have like 2 or 3 children. It's just a bit unexpected, that's all. Duress is nice. Alright, well, in that case, we'll do it this way. We want X equals 2. We will target our Rot Priest. We'll get another one. That does get the Valorous stance, but it has been dead in our hand the entire time. That's cool. And now they can take out Scrolve. Fair play. They don't have enough poison counters yet to start seed coring. Also, awkwardly, seed core actually is actual 1/1, not just like 1 power creature. Oh, this is rough. How much do they respect that? They have 2 cards left in hand. The problem is this Wandering Mind is actually going to clock us pretty quickly with the Appraiser. Like we're on a 1, 2. They don't have a... Yeah, they don't understand. 3-turn clock. Can we turn the corner if they don't have... They're on 1 poison. They know we have one of these. That's fine. I'm gonna say no blocks. There are no attacks. Alright. Dress number 2. Gonna hit nothing. Yeah, we drew a new Blush land. Don't nice me, I'm getting flooded. Toxic, wow. Okay. Down to 10. They might not have even traded with a Wandering Mind. Like, maybe I should just ram the attack. That's one of those, like, Metagame kind of things. But I certainly didn't expect them to then, like, hold back the Appraiser. So, okay. They've slowed down their clock, kind of. It's like, if they block the one our Appraiser, they're still hitting us for 3. Please. Please. They know about this one. Might be finally time to start playing with full control all the time. In this situation, it probably is just the best.
Relax. I'm here to help.
It's just not very good for quality of life.
Fresh intel.
I get obviously speeds the game up that they don't automatically do it, but it is miserable at the same time. It's kind of down if you do, down if you don't. These TikTok nobody wants to spend tons of time doing anything things, which is why Best of One's so popular. And to all my Best of Two frogs, appreciate you.
Phyrexia's secrets won't stay hidden for long.
Every now and then, I post like a Best of One thing. Oh, the Mirex is not going to be enough. Good game. That is rude. But accurate, I'm afraid. Yeah, we just rolled land. Alright, well. Game number 3. Where are we at? Are we still at the same place? The one thing Massive Might does is less attack through these 3/3s. But, I would say Courage kind of the same, does it a bit better. You want to change any of the numbers? We're going to be on the play now. Valor stance has been miserable. I'm just going to get rid of them. I'm going to put one of these back in. We'll run it back. Okay, let's go. Let's go. This time for sure. I believe we. I believe that we will win. I'll say, the chat's bad. A real hot take from me here. But hey. Okay, cool. We get to be on the play, which is good. This hand is not... The double over in front of mine by itself is bad enough, but this is a little scary. This is like perfect, but only has one land. Some tough games. If we had a green source... If this was like a green-white land, I think I'd keep this. But I don't think I can. I'm going to 5. Okay. We're going to keep 5. I'm going to put these cards back. Yep, we just got to keep the best cards. Hope it works out. Arena, please. I'm just gonna pass. We gotta play around the type of stand we have. Leon like the one huge punish for that. But, yeah. Kinda hope we draw a land here. Can't give me hexproof though.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Let's be mana efficient. Oh, we've been good gamed again.
Drop it.
Fable's pretty solid. It's actually a decent draw. We unfortunately are basically priced into sending this way. Always lose a creature. Not the end of the world. We're still on our mulligan to 5 in a decent spot. They're gonna get a bunch of card selection. But hey, we are on the board. We have some protection. But I realised that could change any instant.
I won't quit until Kamigawa is safe. Let's press our advantage.
Oh, pretty powerful. If you get to sequence like this, they've got 2 mana. It certainly looks like they have got a removal spell. Yeah, Negate's not as bad actually.
I can run circles around you.
Many Magic players ask, why are Arena players like this?
Let's see you deal with this.
What do we do here? You can't just throw the Contaminator away. They can stop attacking a blocker.
You can't fight what you can't see.
Ooh, that is pretty powerful, to be fair. I'm afraid this is done. We've had 2 very fast, just 0-1 standard metagame challenges, and to be honest,
Sometimes the winning move is to sit and
I
watch.
think we've been pretty unfortunate. I think that's fair to say. Alright, we keep that in hand. Uses as evidence that Explorer players are less toxic than standard players.
Huh. Even I learned something.
Well, we're done here. That's an unfortunate one. It is what it is. The Mulligan to 5 did not work out in the end. Hope you enjoyed the video, even if we didn't win many games. Any games. Sorry, not many. Any games. And hey, if you're interested in seeing me play more Standard, do let me know, because I don't normally do it, and it's something that, hey, if there are people who want to see Standard, do let me know. Other than that, please do subscribe to the channel, and have a great day. Peace out. Thanks for watching.